Hello and welcome. In this video segment we will review the backplotting process. Backplotting shows the path the tools take to cut your Mastercam part, a great tool for checking errors in the program before you machine the part. Before we start, I'm going to move up and select isometric view from the top toolbar. Now let's move over to the left in the toolpath manager. Now I only have one operation selected. That's the first operation using a 1/2 inch center drill. Now if we went ahead and backplotted, all we would see is this first operation. So what I'm going to do is move on up and click the icon for select all operations. Next I'm going to move on over to the right and click on the icon for backplot selected operations. Now I can move this dialog box around. I'm just going to move it up the top here. Now let's just check out what icons are turned on. For example, this first one, we've got the display tool turned on, and the only other one that's turned on is display rapid moves. I'm also going to turn on display holder. Now up in the top left hand corner is the double arrows to expand this dialog box. Now this white space in the middle of this dialog box is the operation pane, and that contains the operations we're backplotting. We've got a center drill, a drilling operation, and then the third operation, contour. I'm going to move down to the bottom. We've got a details page, and at present it's got nothing in it. But later on we'll find out what kind of information is detailed here. I'm going to flip over to the info page. Now at the very bottom of this dialog box is a question mark. I'm going to click on it, and here we are in help, and we're opened up at backplot dialog box information. What I'm going to do is click on field definitions, and this is where we can find more detailed information about the icons that we see over the left in the backplot dialog box. Let's slide on down. So information on the details page and the info tab. For example, back over in info tab we've got the time cycle at feed is 22 minutes, the cycle time for rapid is 0.47, and the total cycle time is just over 22 minutes. Now if we just slide back up again, the details tab, when we saw it earlier on, it was blank, but later on when we start to step through the backplotting process, we'll see what kind of information appears on the details page. I'm going to minimize this now. Now let's move up now to this VCR type bar. Now on the right hand side is a question mark, so I'm going to click on it, and here we are back in help again, and we're at the page backplot VCR bar. I'm going to move over to field definitions, and what we have here is explanations of what these different icons do on this VCR bar. Now down below is the run speed slider, so we can move this to the left or right to increase or decrease the speed. And down below is the visible motion position slider. Now let's close this up, and I'll explain what this motion position slider does. As you can see, we've got a blue section that represents our first operation, center drilling. The next section is the simple drill, no peg, and as you can see, this large portion over here is our contouring operation. Now I'm going to set the speed to midway and then move over, and I'm going to hit the play button, and this is our center drill operation, and you can see the holder coming into view now. And the next operation, we're going to be backplotting the simple drill, no peck, and then the third operation is where we start to contour the outside profile. Now I can speed this up And that's that complete. Now let's move on up here, and what I'm going to do is rewind. I'm going to move over to the dialog box and hit Details, and now I'm just going to step forward. So each time I click, I'm just stepping through the whole program. Now let's look back over to the left on the Details page, and what we can see here is the XY and the depth of where I am in the backplotting process right now. I'm going to hit play. I'm just going to pick OK, and that completes our tour of Backplot.